Hello. So we are talking about biomes and map skills today. Environments that people live in are heavily influenced by what type of biome it is. Their culture and their way of life depends on what's around them. And the types of plants and animals that are there, some of the resources that are there, depend on the type of biome. And the biome depends on the amount of rainfall and the temperature primarily, and how closely it is uh, located next to water. So this activity is practicing some of those skills that help us understand kind of the human aspect later on. Something to keep in mind is that water is so important that you'll find almost every population center for humans next to a source of water, whether it is a river or ocean for transportation. They'll still need a source of fresh water at that point too, but usually rivers head to the ocean, so they can usually find one nearby. So pay attention to these mapped parts and biomes so that we can see how they affect humanity as well. So first, check out this way of organization. So we go all the way from the atom to the universe. So a couple of things here to note. The atom becomes molecules, which are organized into organelles, which are the cell parts. The cells become tissues that kind of work together for different things, which become organs, and then organ systems, which make up the whole organism. And then a group of organisms that are the same organism that live together in a location are called the population. And then a population will interact with other organisms. We call that the community. And then the community in its environment is the ecosystem. Now, different ecosystems that are at the same kind of amount of temperature and elevation and rainfall and all of that have similar adaptations. And so those we call a biome, and it's a very generalized version of the ecosystem. So they'll have similar organisms, but not the exact same organisms, just have similar adaptations. And then we have the biosphere, which is where the organisms exist on Earth that make up our planet. That's part of our solar system with the sun at its center, that makes up our galaxy in the universe. So it's kind of an organization system of living things. On each of the slides, you're going to find the directions in bright green. So check out this first one. You're going to be moving these different biome names over to the correct color, and there is a resource there for you to click on that has a nice map for you to look at. And it's the same map, so you don't even have to figure out the colors. So on that map, you'll see that the yellow is grassland. So you'll be able to move these arrows kind of out of the way, or delete them altogether is even better once you know what to do. So this grassland, I'm going to put it next to the yellow, and then later, after you get all those figured out, pay attention to the different areas as you do it. So the yellow is grassland, so I see yellow here, and notice how they're kind of all at the same latitude level. And then later you're going to move these little purple things into a good spot. So I could put it here, but that covers kind of too much space. So I'm going to put it right here in this big old place over in Asia. And so that's grassland. You're going to do that for all the different biomes. And then here you're going to finish filling out this table. Make sure you read what I have written there. I just kind of did some extra parts. This is a 2-day activity, so I wanted to make it a little easier on you. So I filled in some of it, and then you're just going to figure out the plants, animals, characteristics, and the countries that include the biome. I do have, sneaking off to the side, a world map if that helps you if you're not sure about the different countries. So like the grasslands, Kazakhstan is one of those countries that was there for the grassland. So I could put that in, I can't see the grassland, there it is, Kazakhstan. So add at least like 2 countries if you can. Kazakhstan, I'm totally going to spell this wrong, but you get the idea. Kazakhstan, I'm sure I spelled that wrong. All right, on the next pages, you're going to move these purple parts to where they go. So there's some descriptions to look at. A natural boundary, for example, there's no like official word for that, but a good natural boundary would be like the ocean. A political boundary is something that is decided upon by governments. So that is not like naturally there, but is decided upon later. On this slide, you're figuring out longitude and latitude. And again, off to the side, I have a little map to help you. And included in that is the equator, which is a place that makes sense. And then there's the prime meridian that is more arbitrary and decided upon. And there's some longitude and latitude practice. And finally, some information about map distortion. Again, you move these little pink bubbles around. There's resources on every page.